We have arrived
No.
at a
We're supposed to
truly wonderful
we
time of the
canceled
week. Like
this
a
one.
really,
This segment
I
has
would
been
say, unifying moment. I would say that this is the kind of thing that unites a broken nation. That's what this is. That's what this segment is. It's America's favorite segment. That's right. It's time for free money! Free money! My college football picks against the spread. Decent week last week. Went 2-1 with my picks. Texas State kind of threw a wrench into things. But 2-1, off to a good start.
At least there was
hitting
a
66%.
This is terrible.
Hitting 66% right now. Batting 666. The number of the beast. Lot to get to this week, including a grand total of 3 games. There were supposed to be 5. Then TCU SMU got canned last week. And then this week, Baylor Louisiana Tech got canned. And so now we're down to simply 3 games. So the worst I could be is 2-4 after this week. Let's hope that's not the case, because that would mean
we would love to see that. That's the perfect case. That's the case that the people want.
Pickle?
Yeah.
What's our first game?
All right. Up first, we've got UTSA at Texas State, 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. The Bobcats favored at home by 8.
By 8. I will be honest, the first time I saw this, it was at 6.5, I believe. And I liked that a lot more. So this is the debut for Jeff Traylor as the head coach at UTSA. And look, I think there's plenty of reasons to like what UTSA is going to be this year. They have a playmaker in Sincere McCormick that I think is an all-conference type guy.
He's impressive.
I think that they have a number of I think they've got a number of playmakers that make me really excited to see what they're able to put together. I also don't know if it's going to happen in week 1. That's one thing that I'm a little concerned about. I think that, again, their running game, I think, has a chance to be good. Offensive line does bring back 3 of their 5 starters, including Spencer Burford. This is a team that I think I'm glad that it sounds like they're going to turn to Frank Harris to be their guy, and I think that's long overdue. I think their offense has a chance to hum. Texas State in their opener was really solid. We spent a lot of time kind of being effusive in our praise
everyone
for them. And I think a lot of this comes down to how sharp Brady McBride is. I think that they've got a chance to be pretty good. I want to see what that offensive line is able to do this week against what figures to be a decent, a decent front seven. Maybe not a classic front, like the best front seven that UTSA has ever had, but a decent front seven. I will say this: I think this is a 1-score game, and that's why I think that this game. That's why I was a lot more intrigued by Texas State -6.5. Texas State -8 makes this a little bit easier for me. I'm going to take UTSA in the points. I like UTSA to cover the 8. I think that I like Texas State outright, but I think this is like a 3 to 7 point game. I think that this is a closer game than 8 points. I like UTSA to cover this. I'm going to go UTSA +8 against Texas State in their opener. I think they're able to keep this thing close. Give me something along the lines of like 31-27, something like that. So I'm going to go with UTSA +8. What is our next game? Pickle.
The next game, the UTEP Miners heading to DKR to face number 14 Texas, 7 p.m. on Saturday. Texas favored by 43. My Lord. Whew. I mean, that's goodness.
I mean, okay. I want to start with this. Texas is going to win the game. I'm confident in that. Okay. Texas, it would be one of the biggest upsets ever if they were to lose this game.
Yes.
Texas is going to win the game. The one thing I will say about this is that if you're looking for a relative weakness for Texas, it might be at like the front 7. It might be, especially the linebacker core. We have big questions about the linebackers. And so, for a team that did have some success running the ball last week in UTEP, if they're able to get that going, then maybe we got a little something there. Now, I want to be very clear about this. This is the 4th time that these two teams have met. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see. It was 41-7 the last time. It was 64-7 the time before. It was 42-13 the other time. Okay. 43 points is a ton. And look, this is a debut for Texas. Maybe they're a little rusty, right? But I also think that the offense is probably going to be able to have their way. I can't believe I'm going to say this.
Oh my God, are you really?
I'm going to take Texas minus 43.
Okay.
I'm going to take Texas minus 43. I think they're able to cover that. I think they're able to score in the 50s. And then the idea is, can they hold down UTEP? The other question is going to be, can UTEP kind of like control the clock and keep the ball away from Texas? I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to take Texas minus 43. I think they cover it. Yeah. I think I'm going to go something like 56-7. Okay? I like that. I'm going to go with Texas minus 43.
All right.
That's a lot.
Yeah, you're throwing those chips in the pot right
I like
there on
it.
that one.
Look, Texas,
Obviously, I mean,
Texas is
I
a
agree.
very clear favorite in this game.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be able to at least wear down UTEP towards the stretch, and maybe this game is like 35-10 at halftime or 30 something like that. But I think that they're going to be able to stretch that thing out in the second half. I'm going to take Texas minus 43.
All right.
And finally, pickle.
All your chips are in one pot now, so let's see what you do with this one. Houston Baptist at Texas Tech, 7 p.m. on Saturday, and there's no line on this.
No line. So it's because FCS versus FBS, and we could find a line, but I think that is against the spirit of free money. So
You just want
last week, Houston Baptist looked okay offensively, late at least, against North Texas. They were able to – Bailey Zappi did throw the ball like 63 times. They're going to come out. We know what they're about.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to throw the ball. I do think, though, that the secondary for Texas Tech is pretty strong. I think it's better. I'll go on record saying it's better than North Texas's. Okay? I think they're going to be able to hold them down a little bit further. If Austin Aune was carving up Houston Baptist, Alan Bowman is going to take just a machete to them. I think that Alan Bowman puts up big numbers. I think that Texas Tech comes away with a big win. I like Texas Tech in this one, obviously. But I think Tech gets a big win. Give me the Red Raiders to beat the Huskies. And so there is free money for week 3. I guess week 2 of Tech college football. I like UTSA plus 8 at Texas State. I like Texas minus 43 at home against UTEP. And then I'm going to take Texas Tech outright at home against Houston Baptist.
I'm kind of glad you went with the Texas 43 because
it's something to chase.
Well, that and obviously
exciting.
Houston Baptist versus Tech having no line that's an easy layup.
It's a layup.
That's an easy layup.
Well, you'd think. You never know.
I would love it if it wasn't.
It would be crazy.
Come on,
if it
Houston
wasn't.
Baptist, show me what you got. But
yeah, I think that Texas. That's the one that obviously is going to be interesting. I just don't think that UTEP, especially on the road, is going to have the horses to keep this thing anything close.
I just know that if they do cover by 43, I'm getting a text Saturday night like, you're going to say, hey, they covered.
Like if they win like 63-6.
Yeah, I'm going to get a, what were you saying?
You might. No, I don't taunt you that much.
With free money, that's
I don't
a
taunt
big
you.
one.
I taunt the world. I taunt the gambling
Yeah,
world.
I'm just the only one in the Slack chat that has an @ that you can actually @. So
True enough. That's true.
the whole world does not have an @ in
Add pickle. You see
in the
what's
Slack chat.
Add pickle. You see what's going on in Austin?
Yeah, exactly.
55-0 at halftime. Yeah, okay.